call the Richmond Park and Recreation Board to order. I will now read the mission statement. The Richmond Parks and Recreation Department provides for the positive development and well-being of the Richmond community through the provisions of parks, greenways, trails, and recreational programming and facilities, while working in cooperation with other service providers and partners in the community to maximize all available resources. I believe our special guest is not here yet, so we will come back. Let's move on to the approval of minutes. Has everybody a chance to see the minutes from June 1st? If so, I entertain a motion to approve.
So approved.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. On to the administration report. Denise?
Yes, I just want to turn your attention to some pictures behind you. I want to go through them fairly quickly about some volunteers and some great things that we've been able to do in the last month. I like to kind of share with you some of our great accomplishments. So we had some volunteers out from Amigos not too long ago, and Seton, and so this is our Seton Branch Out Day that they came out and did Springwood, as well as Veterans Park in Elstro. We did have a Northeastern Boys Golf Team fundraising scramble at Highland and that's coming up. Just wanted to let you know about that, as well as here is some work that was done on the bike path here at Elstro from Seton. And then here's some of the brush that obviously was picked up by some of our volunteer crews. And some more brush. This was at our city bike park, so that is a big accomplishment there, and that was another group from Seton. There's another group at Elstro from Seton Branch Out Day. If you didn't know about our Story Walk project, that is at Mary Scott Park, and this is a really cool opportunity that we were able to have through the Wayne County Foundation, a grant that we partnered with MRL on, and this is a great new opportunity to come and read a book along a walk and a path by the playground there. So definitely go check that out if you haven't yet, but that is brand new to Mary Scott. I just wanted to showcase that on opening day of Highland Lake Golf Course, we did have a bagpipe performer, and that is really cool that we were able to have that, and it was very, very neat to be able to showcase that. So, a little loud, but now you get a feeling like you were there. We also worked on pots for the Depot District, and this was a request that came down from the mayor's office, and so there are some of the pots that you've probably noticed in the depot. And there was a nice shout out about that. We also received brand new paddle boats at Middle Fork, and these are a little higher quality, definitely fits a family of 4. We also have an ADA accessible one as well that you can see there. So very exciting, and we have those available for rent as well. We have our wonderful JUCO group that was working on some crafts there. They have been very busy and doing a fabulous job, and so I just wanted to give props to them because they were working on this wonderful craft here in our boardroom. And you're going to meet Becky here in a second. And then here is the pickleball tournament that we hosted. People came from over 9 states, and they did a fabulous job. These were the main organizers, but there were several volunteers that were a part of it, so I just wanted to highlight that. I don't know if everyone has noticed, but there has been a ton of mulch put all over our entire city. Not only the bike path, but also you'll be able to see some clearing and some stuff that's been done not only at the playground, but also some different areas around, and we'll highlight those here in a minute. This is the back end of McBride. It has never looked this good. That's why I wanted to highlight this. We have a really great volunteer named Tom Davis, and then Darren and Rod, who works under our team, have really tackled this area there behind the fence, and it just looks great. The other thing that's been done are these steps here along the grandstand. They were repainted this year. year. They've never looked this great, very nice bright red, and so Tom was a player in that, so we just appreciate his work. I wanted to kind of showcase the fact that we have had a lot of work done in Glen Miller strip paving. Street Department has done a fabulous job for us here in Glen Miller, and then they're going to touch up Springwood as well. Those are the two main areas that have been a huge concern with potholes and some degrading of our asphalt, and hopefully you've seen that. Here's another picture of mulching down at the bike path. I've had semi-load after semi-load delivered, but it looks great, and the Floral Division has done a fabulous job getting that mulch in and making sure everything looks great down at the bike path. Everything has been mulched along Main Street now. Again, Glen Miller Playground and Middle Fork have now been mulched in the playground to bring that up to compliance. So not without strong efforts from volunteers and our team. We've been really working hard to try to get all of that mulch spread out, and it's been a big undertaking. There's some Girl Scouts who worked on Mary Scott just this last week, getting all that mulch installed. And then here's the Amigos working hard this last week, doing some clearing along the trails. So we've just had a really nice amount of volunteers here lately. There's the Amigos group, and that's what they cleared. And that was over at Freeman. This is one of the projects I just kind of want to draw your attention to. So Mike contacted me this morning about an issue at Glen, and this just showcases kind of what we do on a daily. Sometimes we don't necessarily know what will pop up, but this was one thing I just dropped in the album, because as you can see, the extension of the gutter was missing, blown away, or maybe was never installed, and it has created a major problem, as you can see, and letting no flowing of water down to where it should be in the outlet. So it's been pulling there and providing more of a problem inside, and water has been seeping into the building. So we had to get that fixed immediately. And then just wanted to highlight the fact that the Madonna is being worked on. Cheryl will be here at some point just to kind of talk through that, our DAR representative. They've been working really hard, and they'll probably be raising some funds for this work that they're doing. And there's a lot that needs to be done structurally here, and they have the right people on it and doing it, painting it and rehabbing it right now that should last for years to come. So I want her to kind of talk through that, but I did provide some pictures for you. I don't know if you've noticed the Richmond sign, but I wanted to draw that to your attention just because it's so beautiful, and we're getting ready for the pet walk, of course. Here's some strip paving. I just wanted to kind of showcase for you what has been done here in Glen Miller and how great it looks from our street department, and how excited we are to have the back drive back open. I know that a lot of people have wanted and asked for the back drive to be open. This is a picture of the back drive. There was a lot of work that needed to be done on our end to really make sure that it was not going to continue to erode, and that it was shored up so that when we did this paving and completed it, that people could be safe passing through. So just wanted to highlight all of that in my report today, just because I think it's important just to see firsthand. Any questions or concerns that I might be able to answer?
No, I would comment two comments. One, I totally agree with the paving in the park. It was much needed and looks a lot better. And secondly, I received a lot of nice comments about the Pottstown and Depot district. It really looked nice.
Good. Thank you for that.
Any other questions or comments for Denise? All right, let's move on. Thank you. Moving on to our division reports, financials.
I don't have too much for you. I just want to let you know the pool opened May 27th and the reservoir opened April 15th. So these numbers are kind of just the beginning of the summer. I can say we've been doing really well. So when we go further, you'll see how many pool passes we've been selling and all that stuff. So this is just the beginning of the summer. I think we're having a really good summer. The summer market started at the beginning of May as well, so that's just kind of the beginning of that. And I just kind of wanted to point out to our cabin shelter rentals, we're already almost halfway to where we were wanting to be, or over halfway. So I think we're for sure going to hit our mark by the end of the year for our cabin shelter rentals.
Very good.
Questions, Lori?
Any questions? I guess you're done. Keith, I see you're here. Is there anything you want to mention real quick?
Regular JUCO just ended Friday, so we're wrapping that up. We have Little JUCO that starts next week, which we are full up on. We do have a few spots left for JUCO Rocks. If that's something people want to jump in on, they can reach out and we can get them registered. But we got a couple more weeks left of summer when it comes to all that. Our movies in the park, I guess it feels like it's been forever ago. Our movies in the park were some of the best we've had in a while. So thanks to RAR and our Spotlight sponsors for really bringing out people and helping us throw on some good movies. I think we had some good crowds at all of our movies, which is really nice. We were at Elstro, Fairgrounds, Glen Miller, and the Veterans Park this summer. We had our father-daughter walk, which we can talk about. I don't have the stuff on that right now, but we have our mother-son this Thursday, 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 here at the park. Touch a truck again this year. We got a bunch of trucks coming out, so if you guys are interested in coming out and seeing the park, it should be a good time.
You know, just to introduce while we're talking about rec stuff, I'll introduce Carly here. People stand up for me. So this is Carly Mays, and she is our Richmond residency intern from Earlham College, and she's in her sophomore year, going into her sophomore year of college, and we're very blessed to have her here. She's been doing a ton of stuff. She's jumped in with both feet, taken on different events, and helping a lot with social media and graphics. She's killing it in the graphic world. She's really got a knack for things that she's posting and flyers and things like that, which is great. But if you'd like to say a little bit about yourself to the board, that would be super.
Yeah, hi, I'm Carly. Like Denise said, I kind of came in both feet kind of running. I had a small trip with Earlham before I got a chance to study, so when I came in, I was just brought right in, but like everyone was super welcoming, and like I don't really feel that overwhelmed or nervous about anything. Like, I'm having a good time, and it's kind of challenging me on my major right now because currently I'm looking at education, but I would like to get into some special events, and even local government would be nice. Yeah, so I've been able to help hands-on with the events we have coming up, the Touch a Truck, Back to School Bash, and Keith graciously handed over the walking club to me, which has been super fun. I've been able to do the shirts and the graphics for that, so it's been a really good time. I highly recommend this internship to anybody interested. So, yeah.
Any questions for Carly?
Thank you. It's nice meeting you.
You got an Earlham grad as president, so I'm sure she's very proud.
Go Quakers.
Here's just a sample of the passport people will get when they come to Touch a Truck on Thursday. There'll be tons of vehicles that people can get up close and personal, and mother-son date night. You can park at various areas along the park, but the trucks will be all around the lake. You can walk and go to as many as you'd like. It's a very fun event, and you can do as much or as little as you want to experience. If you have little ones, a couple trucks might just be enough for you. But if you have bigger kids or toddlers and you want to experience all of them and beep the horns and touch the trucks and be up close and personal, that's what we want you to do, and that's what the drivers and the operators want you to do as well. So this is an opportunity for kids and their moms to have fun and make memories, and we want you to come out Thursday. It's a fun event. This is our second annual. Last year was huge, and we're excited for it to happen again. So thank you, Carly, for all your work on that and working through that. But I also wanted to bring up our new Richmond Senior Recreation Center coordinator at this time, if that's okay. Hot seat. So this is Miss Becky Thompson, and she's actually now been in her position for almost a month. So she talked about getting her feet wet. She has definitely jumped in with both feet and done a lot. But I'd like to kind of have her talk a little bit about her time at the center and kind of her exciting stuff that she's been working on.
Well, first, I'm excited, and I can't tell you how great it is to have this job. I had no idea how fun it was. Everybody there is fun. Even leaving to come here, I was telling Emma, you have not lived until you see the entire senior center full of seniors leave at the same time in a parking lot. That's amazing. Everybody's so polite, it's almost overexciting. It's like, okay, you go, no, you go. It's like, okay, somebody go. They're very nice. Everybody's been helpful. The park's been helpful. We're increasing our membership. We have new members. I think we're up to 16 now, which I know doesn't sound like huge amounts, but that's a lot for just a change and new. Amanda's been super helpful. She came over yesterday to make sure I didn't terrorize the next newsletter, which was really nice. And our classes are increasing. I have people stop me in stores, like when I saw Denise earlier this week. A couple stopped me walking down and said, do you do chess at the senior center? I said, we can. We've had a game day because the gamers were playing off-site, not gamers like video gamers, but like board game people. And they asked if they could come back. I'm like, I don't know why you left. So we now have a day added to that, and they want chess there. I said, well, we can do chess. So I made a connection with Civic Hall, which is nice, and we had 2 people today sign up to be ushers at Civic Hall and turn their stuff in there. I'm going to try to go to Civic Theater and do something similar, because I think the energy there is so right for volunteering, and so we're kind of pushing that. We folded our August newsletter this morning, and I had 9 volunteers. I thought that was pretty cool, because we had a full table, and it had nothing to do with the muffins I brought, because they didn't know I brought them until afterwards. So it was great. We are going to do a series coming up. We've got a speaker in September on pain management, and they've talked about the senior council and others that I just talked to everybody there. They wanted to know what Reiki was. I'm like, well, okay, we'll have somebody come talk about what Reiki is. They have a whole list of things they're interested in, and so we decided once a month we'll have somebody come talk about it. And people are planning ahead. The chair volleyball is fabulous. If you've never seen that, you should stop in and see it. Stand back. They're amazing, and they're very serious. What else do we have? It's just every day I go in, and you don't feel like you're working. One day, the whole staff, we were all there, and it was after 4, and we're still just doing stuff. We're like, oh my gosh, we're supposed to leave. It's a Friday. So we all quickly got ready to leave, and that's how everybody kind of feels. So it's a really neat atmosphere. We had a situation where someone came in under 50, and I posed it to the group of knitters and crocheters, and they are so amazing. They took that and they said, because I told them, you think about what you want, because she wanted to come for advice. And so they thought about it during their session, came out, and they're like, what if we reached out to Girls Inc. and we went there and we taught people how to do something? What if we reached out to the social work at IU East and taught them how? And I'm like, look at you, you took a situation that was crippling and you turned it into an opportunity. So when the girl comes back tomorrow, I get to tell her that even though she's not 50 and she'll get to learn some things, she was the catalyst for something much bigger. They also wanted to ask you personally if they could do, and I guess you, your summer program. They said, what if we did the seniors meet the JUCO kids and show some of our crafts? I was like, I'll ask. So there it is. I put it out there. That was there. So I see lots of potential. Joy games are coming up. I had no idea how big that is. It's big. And the pickleball. Everybody wants to know when the court's going to be resurfaced. They can't believe there's going to be a fence because they don't have to chase it down the hill and into the street. So it's exciting. I don't know if you have questions. I'm learning still. I'm used to medical computers. Everything's very black and white how it works. And so I'm learning all the new computer side of it. And I've never done social media because I'm just not a social media person. And I'm learning that. And my kids are like, oh my gosh, Mom. So it's growing my family too. I love it there. I don't know if there's any questions you have, but we're going to be no longer a secret in the community.
That's right.
We're going to be out. People are going to know we're there. They're probably going to ask us, shh, just, but that's okay. So I put my M&M series in here because if you have a jar of M&Ms on a table, I've discovered everybody stops. So immediately we have their attention. And then we can meet, mingle, and share. So there's our M&Ms. So, yeah.
Just sounds like you're having a wonderful time, so welcome and thank you for,
Thank you.
giving this opportunity to the first seniors.
I love it. I couldn't imagine leaving what I was doing, and now I can't imagine ever leaving. You'll have to kick me out. It's really nice.
Well, welcome again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you need?
No, but you're good.
You're
Thank you
right.
so much
You're
for
right.
everything. You're doing a wonderful job. Keep up the great work.
I love it, and I appreciate the whole staff has been very helpful all the time. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, if there is nothing else in the reports, we will move on to any board concerns or comments. Seeing none. Delegation and correspondence. Is there anyone that you want to talk real quick?
I just have lots of articles there for you to review. I love for you to see all the positivity going on, but I also wanted to draw your attention to this particular article from the Palladium item regarding Highlands. If you did not read that, please read this one. This is how to play Highland Lake Golf Course. It's a great article. I really appreciated this from the Palladium item. Zach did a wonderful job going hole to hole, telling us how to play each hole, and really gave us a lot of great advertisement, and so really appreciate that and the local feel that the Palladium item gave from this particular issue. So just wanted to thank them publicly for that particular article.
Moving on to old business, I'm seeing none, so then we'll get to new business. The only new business item we have for today is the approval of Addendum 1 to Contract 191-2022 to Specialized Mechanical to increase the not-to-exceed amount of $5,000 to $10,000.
Yes, so you'll remember that we did this last month for Hill Electric, where we had bills and needs that were above our threshold of $5,000. Same thing with Specialized Mechanical. Within our threshold of $5,000, we've had more needs incorporated with golf and parks together, so we need to increase our threshold to $10,000, and that's what this addendum is stating. So from $5,000 to $10,000, this addendum will state that we can go up to $10,000 with our contractual vendor, which is Specialized Mechanical and the mechanical world of things.
Any questions or comments regarding this new business item? If not, is there a motion?
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve the Addendum 1 to Contract 191-2022 to Specialized Mechanical to increase the not-to-exceed amount from $5,000 to $10,000. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Is there any other business for today?
One of the other things I just wanted to highlight in your correspondence was letter E. I just wanted to pass along this nice thank you that we received from the ladies that we hosted at Highlands. Wes and the team really went above and beyond for their golf tournament, and they sent a very nice thank you. And so I forgot I had that in my folder, and I wanted to pass that along, but I did also scan that in for you as well.
If there is no other business, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.